Hello, and welcome to the launch of Mental Incisions. Episode 1, Hunger, the Wendigo. In this podcast, we will dive deep on all cryptid lore, paranormal phenomenon, and stuff unable to be explained. I am your host, EJ Crow, host of the Crow Files True Crime Podcast as well. Now, if you were starving, not I skipped a meal starving, I mean real horrifying starvation. The kind where your hands shake, your head spins, your stomach cramps so hard it feels like something inside you is chewing its way out, and you're miles from help. No phone, no light, just woods, and one other person with you. Alive, warm, breathing. How long before you stop seeing them as a person and start seeing them as food? Because according to some of the oldest stories on this very country and all around the world, that is exactly how monsters are born. Not from hell, not from curses, not from the dark, from hunger. And Mental Incisions. And tonight, we're dissecting something that doesn't just live in the forest. It lives inside the human mind. It lives inside lore. It lives inside stories. Some claiming they're real, some claiming they're fake, others claiming they're made up. The Wendigo. Winter was the predator. Now, before highways, before supermarkets, before DoorDash at 2 o'clock in the morning, winter is what killed people. Entire families froze inside cabins. Hunters disappeared 10 feet from their doors. Food stores ran out of supplies. Animals migrated south. And sometimes, snowstorms trapped communities. 4 months. Northern tribes could lose 1/3 of their population in a bad winter. According to anthropologists, that's what they estimate. Not to animals, not to war, to hunger, to starvation. And when you're starving, it changes you. It strips away the parts of you that make you human. Morals get quieter. Instincts get louder. Your brain stops asking, is this right? It asks, will this keep me alive? And that's when the warnings begin. Not campfire stories. Rules. Primal survival rules. They said, if someone eats human flesh, they do not come back the same. But something else comes back. They call that the Wendigo. Segment 2, Becoming It. The Wendigo isn't hunted. It isn't summoned. It isn't born. It is created. It is made. That's what makes it worse. You don't get attacked. You become it. One choice. One bite. And something ancient wakes up inside of you. Your hunger becomes endless. You eat, still starving. Eat again, still starving. Forever. That punishment never stops. What it looks like. Descriptions vary. There are countless descriptions and ideas of what these creatures look like. Some say too thin, too tall, skin pulled tight over bone, lips gone, teeth exposed, eyes sunken. Others say antlers. Some say glowing embers. Some say it smells like rot before you ever see it. But everyone agrees on one thing. It looks starving. Always starving. Like the death itself didn't fix anything. The mind breaking. This dives into more of the psychology side. Here's where we cut deep, because there's something real, documented, called Wendigo Psychosis. Medical reports, hunters, trappers, isolated families, people who suddenly become convinced they need to eat somebody or that they were turning into something. They beg to be restrained, begged for death before they hunt the very ones they love. That's not mythology. That's the human brain shattering under immense amount of stress, which means maybe, just maybe, the Wendigo isn't a creature. Maybe it's a mental collapse so extreme you stop being human. It adapts. Now, Swift Runner. It's 1887. Alberta, Canada. Food gone, winters cold, harsh, and brutal. A trading post, only 25 miles away. He never went. Months later, his family was found butchered, cooked, eaten. He was healthy, alive, and well fed. He said something possessed him, said it was the Wendigo. He begged to be executed, so they hanged him. And no one ever answered that question. Why didn't he just walk the 25 miles? Now this next piece is based off of a true story about Jack Fiddler. I don't know if any of you know who that is, but you can research it yourself. But this is the case that messes with historians or people into supernatural folklore. Because this one isn't about someone becoming a monster. It's about someone who claimed to hunt them. 1907, Northern Canada. A Cree elder named Jack Fiddler, well respected, trusted, seen as a spiritual leader. But then, authorities arrested him for murder. Not one or two, dozens. But here's the strange part. He didn't deny it. He admitted it calmly, in a calm voice. Said every person he killed had signs of becoming a Wendigo. Witnesses said when someone showed signs, extreme starvation, paranoia, talking about eating people, losing control, Fiddler would take them away quietly into the depth of the woods and kill them. He called them mercy killings. He claimed it stopped something worse, stopped them from slaughtering their own families. Police called it madness, but many tribe members defended him. Now, if you know anything about Wendigos, you know that the folklore comes from Native American tribes around, northern Canada and other areas. That's where it originates from. Many of the tribe members did defend him. Said he saved lives. Said they'd seen what happens when somebody turns. Said whole camps used to disappear before he intervened. And here's the part that chills me to my bone. After Jack died in custody, records show cannibalism cases increased in those exact regions that he was defending. So, what was he? Was he a killer? Or the only man willing to do something horrific to stop something even worse? Either answer is terrifying, because it means the Wendigo might not be a monster. It might just be what starvation does to us. Now, before I close out this story, I was browsing the internet and I found a true Wendigo encounter, a true story. It's posted on Reddit. I'll let you guys be the judge on if it's true or not, and I'm not going to say the name of the person that posted it. But one last story, and it was about a few years ago in northern Minnesota. A woman staying in a camper by a lake, middle of nowhere. It's 1:30 in the morning. Can't sleep. Dogs barking outside. Birds restless. Her tiny dachshund staring at the wall, tracking something outside. Then she hears her friend's voice, right outside. Anybody in there? Soft, but wrong. Then claws dragging down the camper. She almost answered, but her friend was asleep and already knew that she was inside. Then, total silence. No wind, no animals, nothing. Her dachshund stood frozen, shaking, and every instinct screaming, "Don't look, don't open the door." So she locks it, gets back in bed, waits. Seconds later, wind returns. Dogs explode barking like something just left. She never saw anything, but the voice, mimicry, the silence, the animals freezing in their tracks. Those details match stories hundreds of years old, long before campers existed, which means either our brains invent the same fear, or something out there has been using the same tricks for a very long time. Now, Wendigos have a distinct set of skills. They track, they hunt, they prey, and once they get a whiff of you, they follow you, they lock onto you, no matter how many of you there are. They are fearless, apex predator creatures. But also, I've heard stories and have read articles of Wendigos cloning voices, acting like a familiar or a mimic, trying to get you to come out and lure you into the woods. I've even read some stories of them mimicking a screaming child, hoping that somebody will help, or, quote unquote, help and lead themselves to their death. Now, I don't know if Wendigos are real. I don't know if they truly exist. But the more I look into it and the more research I do on this, the more terrifying it gets. That rabbit hole goes deep, and I plan to cover everything I can about it. Now, maybe the Wendigo isn't antlers and claws. Maybe it's simpler. Maybe it's just the moment a human being decides someone else is food. Hunger taking over and blocking out empathy. Instinct without conscience. And if that's true, the scariest place it could live isn't the woods. It's inside all of us. This has been Mental Incisions. Lock your doors, eat before you sleep, and if you hear someone you love calling your name from the trees at 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe don't answer. Now remember, stay safe, stay vigilant, and question everything. I am your host, EJ Crow, and thank you for tuning in for the first episode of Mental Incisions.